All right, we're going to do a video on removing the cabin air filter for a 2018 Traverse. Okay, and this is a little bit different than all the other years. So start by putting your seat all the way back. Slide the seat all the way back. Open your glove box. Once you get the glove box open, squeeze the sides of the glove box and release the two side tabs. Now it just comes down a little bit, but you have to get the glove box down even further. And you do that by releasing the piston. And on the side here, you'll see a piston. You squeeze the little tabs in and gently pull on the piston. So squeeze the point of the tit of the axle there and slowly pull the piston off, and it'll come right out. So now everything's out for you. Okay, once you're in here, you've got an issue. Okay, there is a T20 screw, and it's in behind the inner cabinet. The only way you can get that T20 screw is by notching a little piece out of here. Now once you do that notch once, you can change your cabin filter and you'll never have to do it again. But the first time, put a tiny little notch in. Just take a razor knife and make it. I made a half moon notch. You can see it up there. All right. So now you can get your T20 Torx screwdriver in on this screw. So unscrew the T20. Pull it out. Put it down here. You now have what they call an inner door for your cabin filter. All right. You squeeze the right side tab inwards. So take this right side tab that you see here. It's hard to see, but there's a tab here. Squeeze it inwards. So you squeeze and you gently pull. It'll release. So I took my thumb on the tab, I squeezed it, and I pulled the door. Now I pull on the right side of the face. Now pull on the right side of the faceplate as you also try to move it towards the left. So I'm pulling on the right and I'm sliding it towards the left side. So what I did, I pulled the right side a little gently and I slid it gently towards the left, and that releases a hooking mechanism back in here. Once you get it, you're into it. You take your new filter, slide it back in, and do the reverse. You start by hooking this back piece on. Once it gets hooked, you fit this little door, inner door, in. That locks in. You take your Torx, put it back in. The reason why I think it happened like this with this Torx and having to notch it out is when they did it in the factory, this filter section was put on first, and then they put the next layer on and it covered it up. Okay, so you then put the cabinet back in, or the door, sorry, back in. You just put your hinges back on, easy. They just rest on there gently. You take your piston, you push it in, and you push the sides back in till they lock. There. That's it.